Welcome to Dress for Success Wellington. I'm Philippa Wells, Executive Manager. We care about all our staff. This video is intended to give you a guide on how you can keep yourself safe and how you can keep others safe, both on the premises and off. We get a lot of clothing donations and sometimes they can be heavy. We don't want you to hurt your back. Therefore, if it's too heavy for you, don't feel that you have to lift it. Ask for help. Secondly, we do provide you with trolleys to help, and we would like to remind you at this time to bend your knees, not your back. In addition, we also have a little step ladder at all our sites to help you reach those high places when you need to. Our clothing management areas can get a little bit out of control at times of heavy donations coming in. We ask that you care for yourself and for others by putting things away where they belong. Other than this, we ask that you keep all walkways clear and free of anything that can be tripped over. If you see something in the walkway, please remove it immediately. If, of course, the issue is much bigger than that and needs a solution, let your team leader know immediately. They are there to help and to keep you safe. It is not often that liquids get spilled on our premises. However, if they did, please use your initiative and mop them up immediately. If for some reason you can't mop them up, then please put up a sign, put something in the way that blocks others from walking where the liquid is, because we don't want anybody slipping. We have a first aid box on every single one of our sites, as well as a first aider. If you're at the Wellington site, it is the operations coordinator, and if you're out at Lower Hutt or Wairarapa, it is the hub coordinator. Please do not hesitate to see them should you have any type of injury. Our clients are very important to us, and we recognise that some of them are vulnerable. To keep them safe, you have been asked to keep confidentiality. What does that mean? It means that if somebody comes in here and you recognise them or know them, you don't walk out and go and tell others, "Oh, this is who came in today." Some of the clients will open up and share their story. Please remember, it is their story, and it's not for you to go and share that story elsewhere, and it's not for you to gossip within the office and share the story just for the sake of sharing the story. If you need to repeat a part of a client's story, it will be for the purposes of gaining them some support or some help, nothing more. In other words, what happens within these walls stays within these walls. Another way that you can keep clients safe is by being warm and friendly and sensitive, always listening. But it's also thinking about your opinion and choosing at times to keep it to yourself. We have clients from all kinds of backgrounds, and they always need to be encouraged and uplifted, not questioned whether they've got the ability to go forward or not. For example, if we had a client that was going for a job and you wondered if they would cope with the job well because of a disability or perhaps their level of English or anything else, that's not something that we would raise and ask them if they thought they could do the job. We will always encourage them to try and do the best that they can. To keep keep safe, it is important that you familiarise yourself with the site that you will be working on. Our aim, of course, is to give you a tour, but if for some reason that doesn't happen, please do ask for one. I'm going to take you through a few key points that will help you get familiar with our Wellington office. On arrival, as you step out of the lift, you will be greeted by our mannequins. They're not there to frighten you, just to welcome you. As you're facing the mannequins, to the left in the stairwell is the men's toilet, and through in the stairwell to your right is the women's toilet. Just as you go through the door to the women's toilet, all our safety gear is there. There is the alarm where you can break the glass, switch on the switch and alert people to a major fire or something like that. There's a fire hose and an extinguisher. Please do check them out and make sure that you know where they are if needed. In the event of some disaster, you may be asked to evacuate by the staff. Please do so very calmly, using the stairs, not the lift. You go out the front of the building, across the street, and we gather in the Wilson car park, and there we will make sure that everybody is accounted for. How do we know who is on site? There is a check-in book. Every time you walk in, just walk past reception and fill in the list to show what time you arrived and what time you left. That way we can make sure you're accounted for in an evacuation. New Zealand is prone to having earthquakes, and so we are all familiar with drop, cover, hold. Familiarise yourself and think about where you would be taking cover should there be a big earthquake. Remember, there's not always enough places where people can get under things. Not that that is always the best. Sometimes finding a solid object that is taller than you and you get down lower than it on the floor, that can be a safe place for you to take cover. So please, just in summary, remember, don't lift too heavier things, use your knees, use the trolley, use a step ladder when reaching up high, always see the first aider should you need them, and always be familiar with the evacuation process, place to meet, and the equipment should you need it in the event of a fire. We hope that you will have a safe time volunteering with us and you will keep yourself and our clients safe by utilising confidentiality and respect for one another.